Unit 4, Lesson 9. So I wanted to talk about your homework tonight. I'm not going to solve them, but I want to point out a couple of things. So we've got a group of friends is sharing 2.5 pounds of berries. For A, it says if each friend received 5/4 pound of berries, how many friends are sharing the berries? So if we place in the context of a fat family, 2.5 is our whole. 5 1/4 is our part, and we're looking for how many groups of 5 1/4 is within that. So we have drawing a diagram as a strategy. Some of us have some algorithms that we're using. We can use that multiplication and division. We can use our fraction stick diagram. We can use pattern blocks. We've got lots of tools to do this, but this is the situation we're looking for. We're looking for that missing number. B still uses the 2.5 pounds of berries as our whole, but now we are switching. Now they're saying we have 5 friends, how much? I want to point out that these are 2 different questions. They're not the same answer. Sometimes people get confused over that. Question 6 on the bottom is actually from units 2 and 3 related to ratios. So if you need to go back to those units to look at that. So let's take a look at some similar problems here. Let's say that I've got 1.5 pounds of berries, and I want to give everybody a 1/4 pound. How many can I do that? So one way that I could do this, I may want to rename this into fourths, right? So that I can be looking for how many fourths. So if I rename 1.5, 1.5 is the same as 3/2. 3/2 is the same as 6/4. So then it becomes pretty easy to see. If I've got 6/4 as my whole, which is still 1.5, I would really need to have 6 groups of a fourth to finish off that answer. I can then also check that by saying, okay, 6 times a fourth, yeah, that's 1.5. That works. Let's try the other type of problem that we were looking at. Okay, so I've got 1.5 pounds of berries, and let's say I'm giving them to 3 people. How many berries does each person get? So again, my whole is still 1.5. This time I'm breaking it into 3 parts. And I know that this would then be 1/2 would go in each box. Okay. So again, we've got other strategies. We've got the fraction stick diagram. I could be looking at 1.5 on my fraction stick and seeing 3 chunks of what here. If I was going here, I could be looking at the 1/2, go down to the 4th row and be showing how many fourths equal that. I've got pattern blocks that I could decide what's my whole, make 1.5, cover it up with 1/4 size pieces. There's lots of strategies you can use here, so use the one that's been working for you. Good luck.